Hello friends, in this tutorial we are going to find out a factorial of a given number. If you really see this problem, this folds into very simple category problem statement. Now the interviewer is really interested in is finding out to check whether you can really code for this given solution. There are a couple of ways to solve this problem. One is using loops, for loop or a while loop, or a do while loop, and another one is using recursion. So interviewer can also ask you to do is changing your strategy once you're done. So you should be able to convert your solution from loops to recursion or from recursion to the loops. So before jumping into the real code to do factorial, let's find out what is factorial. Factorial of any given number is number multiplied by uh, all the smaller integers to that number until it reaches 1. For example, if you consider a factorial of 5, it is 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, and it is denoted by 5 an exclamation sign, which is 5 factorial. And this is of course like 20 into 3 is 60 into 2 is 120. So let's see if we can code this solution. So I'm in to an editor, which is IntelliJ, and I'm using Java as a programming language. I have already written some code to scan a variable from the system, and once we have a variable, we write a function to calculate the factorial of a given number. And this function will of course return an integer, uh, and I will call this integer as factorial, and let me initialize this to 1. Write a simple loop. Let's say integer I is equal to input, and I is greater than 1. I want to run this loop till I is greater than 1, and in every loop I will reduce uh, I by 1 because I want to multiply a smaller integer to the given integer every time in a loop. And what I will do is fact is equal to factorial into I, and then I will return this number. So let's check for the given input, the example that we saw uh, for 5, whether it returns correct input, correct output or not. So it should return 120, and it is returning 120. So our program is working fine. But let's check whether we can do the same thing for recursion, using recursion. So let me try and create a method which should also return integer. And if you know, in every recursion problem, we need a base case or an exit case. So I will write this exit case here. If input is equals to 1, then return 1. Else we go into recursion, and what recursion we do here, we say input, we return input into factorial recursion of input. So every time we do recursion, we reduce a number until it reaches 1. When it reaches 1, it returns 1, and before that, it always multiplies with a smaller number than this one. And let's see if this works or not. So I will pass in the same number 5 to check whether we get the correct output. And so both these functions give the same output. Let's check it for another number just out of the curiosity. And if you see, this is a big number, and if you can see how fast this factorial number grows as it increases. You can in fact change your output type from integer to long or big decimal or whatever you want, depending on your requirement. But in a sense, interviewer is interested in checking your skills, whether you can really code or not. So thanks for watching this tutorial. I will put Git link in the description of this video, and hope to see you next time with another interesting problem. Thanks for watching. Bye.